Did you watch the Tyson Jones fight?
Yeah, I watched Tyson Jones fight. I had a great friend of mine able to. I had to do it differently, so they FaceTimed the camera for me.
Oh, right, because you were in Canada at the
Yeah,
time.
I was in Canada.
Right.
And they was like, you still could have got, I don't know. But I tell you, I watched, Roy Jones was out of shape.
Yep.
Lungs-wise. Like, if Roy would have been in the same system and his lungs were right,
yeah,
it was a difficult situation. And Mike knew, too. That was the one thing about Mike Tyson. Mike knew to keep his hands up. Because Roy could hit you this way and then move over, hit you, and then move back. He's like Mayweather like that. And I think if Roy would have been lungs-wise in shape, he just didn't want to get knocked out. And he said every punch hurt.
Yeah, I think Tyson kind of held him up the last few rounds. That's what I think.
Really?
I think Tyson could have knocked him out.
No, because he wasn't going to. Roy wasn't letting him get to that power punch. Listen, that bend, as soon as Mike bends right, as soon as he bends right, you know it's coming. Roy was tagging him back.
I mean, Roy had like.
If he would hit him with an uppercut, that would have been it. Plus, Roy been knocked out before. I made that joke about
Roy's
it, right?
Been knocked out.
Roy was like, Roy ain't going back to get knocked out again.
I mean, it definitely was not a draw.
You don't think it was a draw?
No damn draw. Tyson controlled that whole fight.
The narrative, yeah, but if you check out the slow-mos and we're going by points, there was, I agree with you. I agree Mike Tyson won.
Absolutely.
But I think it was good.
Yeah.
Once again, everybody is show business.
Yeah.
It
was a great show.
It was a great show.
But leading up to the Tyson and Jones fight was Jake Paul and Nate Robinson. Zab Judah came on my show and he said that Nate Robinson is the only boxer to go 0-3 in one fight.
You know, Nate Robinson is probably the only fighter I know that had one fight, but so he's 1-3. Because he got knocked out 3 times in that fight. You know what I'm saying? So
one fight,
3 losses.
3
you know
losses.
What I'm saying? I mean, but he's still my boy though. I mean, listen.
He was knocked out 3 times in the course of that one fight.
Okay, so I did a show which came on Netflix, which is called Cook with Cannabis. Khalees is the host.
Oh, okay.
And Nate and I was smoking weed with a comedian, but Nate, I got Nate's number. I didn't even know that this was going to happen. Nate's number's not the same.
He changed his number.
The number I got is not the same. Because I waited 4 days, and I said, I'm going to call him 4 days after.
Right.
And, talk to him about whatever, and he always knows, I like angles. I was like, hey, maybe you should try this angle now, because this happened. But bruh, I used to train with Larry Musgrove, who was a middleweight champion. And how I got to him is Denzel used to train with him for Hurricane.
Mm-hmm.
Training, I knew I shouldn't box. Just training, I ain't gonna box.
Look, number one, we make our jokes and everything else like that, but Nate, you have to be quite a man to get into that ring. Okay, number one, to get into that ring on that stage, on that level, opening up for Mike Tyson, it takes a lot.
You should train.
It takes a lot. But like I said, and I've had this conversation with Zab Judah, with Michael Jai White, actual fighters who have fought at high levels, right? They both agreed that it did look like Nate Robinson spent very much time in the ring leading up to this fight.
Right. He just sat around and said, oh, white kid from YouTube. Anybody
right? I'm a professional athlete. And listen, the optics of it, when you looked at that fight and I saw Nate Robinson and Jake Paul, I said, okay, Nate Robinson gonna beat his ass. He's more muscular. He's a professional athlete,
Didn't you think the same thing when, what's his name from Onyx?
Sticky Fingers?
Sticky Fingers. You thought Sticky Fingers, listen, anybody can get caught.
Right.
But if you're going to box, you should train. It is the trickiest is why it's my favorite sport. Everyone would say, what's your favorite sport? I would say boxing.
Yeah.
It's because it is the trickiest, hardest thing. Just hitting pads, right? If they're calling out numbers, if they're calling out jab, right? Duck, come under, hook. Just me showing you that right there is a hard thing to learn. Learning to not do this to throw a hook, learning to throw a hook from here, or learning to hit from here.
Michael Jai White, who trains with UFC, he trained, he sparred with John Bones Jones recently. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the level that he does it at.
Right.
What he said, as someone who really knows what they're doing, unlike me, he said, as soon as that fight started, and I saw Nate Robinson would jab and just hold his fist out there, he was like, oh my God, this is about to end so badly. Like, he's like, what is he doing? You're supposed to snap your jab. You're not supposed to just hold it out there like a damn flagpole.
Like Nate he would punch and just keep his arm out there. And I'm like, I'm like, the first time I saw him do that, I'm like, oh my God, you're setting yourself up for like destruction.
So he would keep his jab out there? Is that what
he was locking his arms out with every punch?
Oh.
And
that's what I'm saying.
Somebody
no time
who knows
in
how
the
to
ring.
fight just goes, whoa, that's a recipe for destruction.
I don't like
there's another great boxer, Frankie Lyles.
Mm-hmm.
And Frankie Lyles used to go over to Japan to train K1 boxers in the ring. Mm-hmm. Now, this is a boxer training people in the ring where you can use your hands, use your feet, but he was training the boxing technique. Just watching a real boxer, when you get in, when they come up on you, you already know you're in trouble.
Right.
You know you're in trouble is why you see boxers push a guy back. Because if he Marvin Haglers you, gets in, Joe Frazier, if they get in and they start hitting you, what's his name, Canelo? If they start hitting that body, you remember what happened when the executioner hit Oscar De La Hoya in the liver and then stepped back, and he just got on one knee and didn't get up?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Nate should have gone in. Somebody should have taught him. It's not just going to it and hit it.
He would rush him like he was playing football.
Yeah.
Like, it was a mess. And, the knockout was so ugly.
It's
at the end.
Me and you, I send you so many clips.
Oh my God.
Anything I saw with Nate on it, and Nate, I love you. I'm not laughing. But funny's funny.
Funny's funny. Yo, I mean, there was this one meme that actually showed him lying there while like Tyson and Jones were, he was still asleep in the ring while they started boxing.
I'm so happy that's not going to be on my obituary. I'm not going to be known.
But look, man, listen, Nate, number one, you should come on VladTV, first of all.
I was calling him and telling him because you said, Sal, maybe you can do an interview. The first.
Go interview with John Salley on VladTV, Nate. Come on,
Nate,
y'all
please.
fuck with each other. Come on.
And I'm not going to clown you.
Nah.
I'm going to ask you everything else. We're going to get to the fight.
We're going to get to it.
But he's an interesting human being too, man. This guy got 1.1 million followers on Instagram.
Probably got more now.
Yeah, like Nate won. Didn't he win the slam dunk contest?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This guy is an amazing athlete.
Yes, amazing. Won the slam dunk contest at, how tall is he? Like 5'10" or something?
Something like that. Yeah, 5'11".
Hold on, Nate.
And so 5'11" or 6 foot. Just that.
He is 5 foot. Hold on, he's 5'9".
5'9".
5'9", winning the slam dunk contest. Like that just sounds. That's why when I looked at it, I said, okay. I mean, look, he's just a much better athlete than Jake Paul. Like, I mean, the stats speak for themselves.
And then Jake Paul is going to put out a challenge to McGregor.
Yeah.
So this is what Jake wants. Jake wants to get knocked out and leave with a bunch of money.
Yeah.
That's what he wants.
That's what he wants.
Because if you get in the ring with McGregor, he's not going to knock you out in the first round. He's going to tease and beat the shit out of him for the entire thing until you hear that tap last 10 seconds. Then he's going to knock him out.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm telling Jake Paul, I'm not going to fight you. I'm too old to even get into this. But if you don't want to fight McGregor,
no, that's going to be a mess.
You don't want to fight.
But
the champ.
Logan Paul is fighting Mayweather. And I remember me and Zab Judah were at Tyson's gym because we had to do some reshooting around the interview, right? And we're hanging out, smoking weed, and he's like, I went to Logan Paul's training camp. Yo, he gonna fight Mayweather. I'm like, Fuck out of here. He ain't gonna fight no damn Mayweather 50-0, fight a YouTuber. No, never gonna happen, Zab. Never, never, never. Get that phone call from Zab. Told you. Told you.
How much is it?
You mean how much they're getting paid?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure. But from what I understand, Floyd is getting most of it.
Right.
As he should. He's
should.
the draw. Like,
I'm like McGregor. The picture of McGregor, I was a McGregor fan in the beginning because I loved MMA since I first saw it in Japan. And I met the Gracie family.
Gracie family.
I loved it then. I told the people at Fox that this was the future. So when McGregor came out, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
But when he was on a private jet with like a fake bag full of money flying back with, I love that scene because that's what he did it for. But what, $25 million he might make, $20 million?
Yeah.
In one fight? Like the way he's looking at it in 12 minutes? Well, 12 rounds or 8 rounds? Some people...
If it lasts that long?
Yeah.
If it lasts that long, yeah. And listen, Jake Paul is calling his wife ugly and all types of shit to try to get under his skin.
Yeah, he wants to get knocked out.
He wants to get knocked out.
He wants to get knocked out for millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm not going to die, right? Just make sure you wake me back up. Make sure I didn't bite my tongue off. And if I didn't, I'm still going to be a star on YouTube because people are going to watch this on YouTube and his channel is going to get more and more views or whatever he can do. I'm sure it's negotiated.
Well, listen, I thought I was doing okay with YouTube. That little kid that opens up toys for a living made $29 million this year. I said, man, never mind.
Yeah.
I ain't doing shit.
Yeah.
I'm clearly in the wrong.
Obviously, lightning didn't hit you.
No, absolutely.